Tonight, Minnesota's special session wages on as both sides of the aisle lay out their agendas.
And open, but in limited capacity. A look inside casinos as they reopen their doors around the Northland.
Plus, marking 100 years, how state and local leaders honor the lives of Elias Clayton, Elmer Jackson, and Isaac McGee today.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A set of more than 20 police reforms are moving quickly through DFL House committees in Minnesota during the special session. But there's a major split along party lines.
And at this point, it's really not clear whether lawmakers will pass legislation because of it. Following the death of George Floyd, police accountability has moved front and center on the agenda for this special session. There appears to be agreement on a statewide ban on chokeholds, which has passed in the city of Minneapolis and has been passing in a number of other states in the past week. But that is about it when it comes to agreement so far. The Republicans will take up a package of their own proposed reforms, which are much smaller than the DFL proposals. Senate Republicans are expected to echo what their House colleagues said today, which is that the bills are too broad, that they're happening too quickly, and that they are too confusing.
Protecting information is incredibly important to me, and it's incredibly important to Minnesotans. And if we have to act so fast that we just can't get proper language in here for protections, and now we're going to delete provisions in the A2 amendment. Yikes, members, yikes.
Republicans in the Senate want the session to be over by Friday, and their leaders say they will be going home at that point.
And while the legislative debate was taking place in St. Paul this morning, Governor Tim Walz paid his respects to Elias Clayton, Elmer Jackson, and Isaac McGee at their memorial in downtown Duluth. 100 years ago today, the three black men were lynched in the streets. And after visiting the memorial, Governor Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison met with city and community leaders to learn more about the want and need for change and to talk about police reform. CBS 3's Jesse Slater reports.
I truly believe from that street corner down there, there was a direct line from Mr. Clayton, Mr. Jackson, Mr. McGee, and Mr. Mason directly to George Floyd.
Governor Walz's visit Monday was fueled by a want and need for change across the country.
Systemic racism is prevalent and has been here. It is causing great pain, and it is holding all of us back from being the type of state that we want to be.
Walz was part of a roundtable discussion with Duluth community leaders and members. And though it was private, he described the conversation as painful to hear.
I am willing to compromise, but not on our values and not on the values of black, brown, and indigenous people. I am not willing to compromise their values and what they're asking for.
Walz called for a special session in St. Paul Friday for lawmakers to address police reform and policy. But Monday called the outcome so far deeply disappointing.
Us adjourning on Friday and not doing anything, in my opinion, will set the tone of how this state is viewed for generations.
The governor said he is willing to work with lawmakers to keep momentum for the movement.
My job has to be to bring them back to the table, to bring everyone back to the table and find some solutions.
Walz expressing the importance of acting now.
I think if this moment passes, the systemic issues of racism will be so much harder to change after this if we don't seize the moment now.
DFL lawmakers and Governor Walz want the session to continue indefinitely until some sort of policing proposal is passed.
Duluth's NAACP membership is spiking. In just the last month, the group gained about 500 new members. Their next meeting is set for Sunday. They plan to share updates about a peaceful protest planned for Friday when the community will recognize the abolition of slavery. We have more details about that event on our website.
All right, Caitlin's here for a quick look at the weather. Caitlin, a few sprinkles out there, but mostly cleared out of our region, it looks like.
Yeah, so we actually saw a little bit of rain around like 8 o'clock-ish here in Duluth. Just a small amount, but they have cleared out for the most part through much of northern Minnesota and the Arrowhead. A few cells could possibly redevelop over the evening, but otherwise, clouds are moving out with that rain as well as the warm front starts to move just a little further north and east of our region. You can see skies are mainly clear right now. We'll see some clouds move in later on overnight. Temperatures 63 in Duluth, 77 still over in Brainerd, 72 down in Hinckley. Areas down to our south and west are going to hit some very warm low temperatures as that warm front really brings in a lot of heat for Tuesday. We'll get to 84 degrees by the afternoon. I'll have more details on the extended coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Caitlin. Minnesota is seeing its fewest number of people hospitalized with COVID-19 in months. The Department of Health says 353 patients are in the hospital and 186 are in intensive care. Those are the lowest numbers since mid-April. Health officials are also encouraged by the rate at which positive tests are dropping. After mass gatherings in the Twin Cities more than 2 weeks ago, thousands have been tested for the virus at community sites and health partners' clinics. MDH says fewer than 2% of people have tested positive. Still, experts believe results from the next week or two will be the most telling.
Casinos are open in the Twin Ports once again. Today, 2 reopened their doors to customers, offering gaming in a new way. CBS 3's John Cardinelli shows us how local casinos are operating in the middle of a pandemic.
After being closed since March, the sound of slot machines fills the air at Black Bear Casino and Resort once again.
During that time, we've been just getting ready for this day to welcome our guests back.
General Manager Daniel LaPrairie says the reopening comes with new precautions.
We got half of our gaming floor. We've shut off every other machine. We removed chairs. We got a screening process. Every guest that comes in here gets a temp check.
On Monday, Black Bear Casino and Resort wasn't the only place people could come by and try their luck.
I'm really excited to be back to see my coworkers.
Casino Fond du Duluth also opened their doors to player club members only on Monday, taking many of the same precautions as Black Bear. While most slot machines are in play, table games at both casinos are out of service in an effort to limit the spread of COVID-19.
Minimize the handling and passing of materials back and forth as much as possible from employee to guest.
While both casinos would not share with us the economic impact the pandemic has had on their revenue, they said they're glad to be back and operating at 50%, serving customers in a safe way.
We want it to stay fun. We're a fun entertainment venue for people to come and have fun, and we want to continue that.
The most important thing was the health and the well-being of our community. You know, I can say that with the purity of my heart that that's what we did here.
Food is currently not being served at either casino. Several other casinos in the area have opened back up, but Legendary Waters in Bayfield, Wisconsin remains closed, according to their website.
Voting could play a critical role in the November election, but the U.S. Postal Service is facing a major cash crunch due to the pandemic. The United States Postal Service recently told Congress it will be out of money by September if it does not receive $75 billion in emergency funding. This comes as millions of Americans are expected to use mail-in ballots to cast their votes in November's election.
There are a lot of alarm bells right now in America, but this is a critical one, because the fact is, if we can't have reliable mail service, then we're not going to have reliable democracy in the fall.
Elias went on to say an underfunded postal service could become a chokehold on the ability to process mail-in ballots. The Postal Service estimates its losses will continue as long as the pandemic lasts. It is estimated that coronavirus will substantially increase the Postal Service's net operating loss over the next 18 months.
For years, the term married on Sunday, fired on Monday was a rallying cry for advocates of LGBTQ rights in the workplace. Tonight, those advocates are celebrating after the Supreme Court ruled the 1964 Federal Civil Rights Act protects employees from being fired for being gay or transgender. Here's CBS's Jan Crawford.
There was a quiet moment of joy at the court over the landmark ruling that extends the promise of the Civil Rights Act to millions of LGBTQ employees. And supporters quickly took to Zoom, reacting with jubilation.
Today is a landmark victory for LGBTQ equality.
Today's decision expands the American promise of liberty and justice for all. I'm elated.
Before today's decision, only 22 states outlawed employment discrimination based on sexual orientation and or gender identity, leaving gay employees like Gerald Bostock of Georgia with no protection.
I was fired for being gay.
A social worker, Bostock sued. Today's ruling bears his name.
This decision ensures that no one will have to go to work fearful of losing their job because of who they are, who they love, or how they identify.
The first major gay rights decision for the newly conservative court came as a surprise to many. Conservative Justice Neil Gorsuch, joined by fellow conservative Chief Justice John Roberts and the court's 4 liberals, wrote, "The language of the Civil Rights Act makes clear an employer who fires an individual merely for being gay or transgender defies the law." Dissenting justices said that was never understood to be a part of the 1964 law, and changes should come from Congress, not the courts, even in the hard cases, Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote, when we might prefer a different policy outcome.
The Trump administration had argued the Federal Civil Rights Act did not cover this kind of discrimination based on sexual orientation or transgender status. Late today, the president said, quote, "We live with the decision of the Supreme Court, calling it very powerful." Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, we introduce you to the man behind this mural, how he's helping Native communities through artwork.
And temperatures continue to climb across the Northland for Tuesday and Wednesday, but not a lot of rain in the forecast. Those details next.
Watch Anthony Mack weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS 3 Duluth.
Your water softener needs salt. You buy it, lug it, pour it, over and over. Save salt and the hassle with a Culligan high-efficiency water softener, the world's best. Click or call Culligan Water and start saving today.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve you these last 2 decades. Safety is our top priority, so our workers are following all CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of both our customers and employees. Our showroom is currently closed with a flexible reopen date. Our company is doing everything we can to keep our customers and employees safe during this time. We are excited to let you know our offer of 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments on all our products has been extended, so you can get the work done now and not have to pay for it until 2022. This offer now goes through June 30th, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. We will also give you a $25 gift card to a locally owned restaurant with every new appointment to show our support for other local businesses. On behalf of all of us at Bath Planet, we look forward to serving you soon. Thank you.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team, Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
Numi Jewelers is having a Neighbors Helping Neighbors event. We are partnering with the Superior YMCA to help those in need. When you bring in an item for donation, you will receive 25% off any in-stock finished jewelry. Numi Jewelers thanks you for shopping local.
For 50 years, family-owned Crenson has proudly been serving the Twin Ports and surrounding communities. We make the vehicle buying process simple, straightforward, and stress-free. Drive away in a 2020 Honda CR-V today with 1.9% financing for 60 months or 2.9% financing for 72 months. We're open. Stop in any time, or if you prefer, call for a no-contact appointment for sales or service. Visit us online for our complete inventory listing. Crenson, 2 locations, 1 great team.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS 3.
It was a cooler day across the Twin Ports than it was further inland. We saw 68 degrees for our high, average being 71 degrees. Now, we are on a warming trend the next several days, and like I mentioned earlier, we are in such a deficit for rain, but we don't have a lot of that in the forecast. You can see right now the Doppler and satellites cleared out significantly since the 6 o'clock hour. A few sprinkles did come through Duluth, but not much at all. And a few cells could maybe pop up, just a few more sprinkles around the North Shore area through the next couple of hours as clouds also begin to decrease ahead of this warm front as the warm front continues to slide to our north and east. We've also got this high pressure down to our south, so that high pressure ridge, we're sitting on just the back side of that ridge, and then we've got that warm front as well. So the two of those together brings us such warm air for most of the region. 84 degrees up on the hill in Duluth. Further inland, we're looking at upper 80s. We'll see some clouds in the morning, and then we'll see mostly sunny skies Tuesday evening into your Wednesday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine for the day on Wednesday and another warm afternoon. 85 degrees as well. Now, as we get into Thursday, we see a little bit more of that humidity kind of roll in with these chances for some rain. So a cold front will slide across the region. That increases our cloud cover through the day on Thursday. The rain showers won't make it to the Twin Ports until later in the afternoon, and then there could be a chance for some stronger storms later in the afternoon on Thursday, just as the system continues to kind of slide across the region. But another warm, muggy afternoon expected. Time it out for you here on the Weatherback's forecast. Looking at Tuesday morning, we're looking at just a few remaining showers lingering from a few short waves that kind of just keep passing through the overnight hour into tomorrow morning. But for the rest of the region, we'll see more sunshine tomorrow than we saw today. 86 degrees by 6 o'clock. You'll notice off to our south and west, they're in the low 90s for most areas. And then by Wednesday afternoon, we're looking at another similar afternoon. So 86 again on Wednesday in the afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, no clouds. You'll notice off to the west, we've got that cold front, which is bringing those rain showers, this cloud cover as well. Temperatures soaring up to those low 90s for those western counties. And then by Thursday morning, 6 o'clock, is when we start to see it kind of coordinate a little bit closer to Duluth, but the rain showers might not make it to Duluth really until Thursday evening. A few stronger storms possible up in the northwestern counties of Minnesota. Tuesday's looking pretty nice, though, to get outside. 64 degrees by the morning, so a milder morning, a very warm afternoon, plenty of sunshine. 84 degrees. Tonight, milder night as well, especially for those counties off to our south and west. Some temperatures sitting in those upper 60s and even some low 70s further south you go. Tomorrow, rebounds back up into those mid to upper 80s. We've got some low 90s way off to our north and west. Duluth will sit at 84 degrees up on the hill. And then 85 on Wednesday, 80 degrees on Thursday, and 81 on Friday. So several days ahead that sit all well above average temperatures, and we've got just a few chances of rain in the forecast.
All right, thanks, Caitlin. A piece of artwork hard to miss when driving through downtown Duluth holds a special meaning for the Indigenous community. The artist responsible for that mural visited Duluth today to share a piece of Native culture with the community. CBS 3's Ryan Campos spoke with the artist and has more.
Cities all across the country are seeing more and more representations of Native art in their communities, including on West 2nd Street in downtown Duluth.
Ever since we did that mural, it's kind of like exploded to where it's reached so many other different communities, and people are able to relate to that message because they're suffering perhaps a similar experience. And that creates more community, which is why we do art in the first place.
Albuquerque native Votan Henriquez painted this large-scale Ojibwe mural on ACO's building. Henriquez made a stop in Duluth Monday as part of a tour teaching non-Indigenous people about Native culture.
We felt that we needed to address our existence as Indigenous people, to be able to see ourselves in society and not be considered curio.
The artist is also giving back to Indigenous people who are struggling during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic.
We've been coming here for the last 3 years, and we've become part of the community here.
Thanks to an idea started by his partner, Leah Marie, they are handing out bags filled with necessary supplies for both the young and elderly.
During the quarantine, there's a lot of children that live in this building that have been quarantined and are probably bored and frustrated. So we thought that we'd also bring some of those goods and give them out to the kids, in ACO.
Henriquez adds he hopes to complete the Chief Buffalo painting he started last year before returning home to Albuquerque. He wants to sell it in Duluth and then donate that money to ICO.
A heads up, if your commute takes you across the Bong Bridge, you can expect some ramp closures as crews do some routine inspecting work. Crews were out working today, and they'll be at it again from 9:30 to 3:30 tomorrow. That means the westbound Highway 2 ramp to northbound I-35 will be closed. You are asked to use the Blatnick Bridge and use caution in the work zones. And if you're heading north, you should expect some road work on Highway 169 on the Iron Range this summer. Today, crews started repairing and replacing culverts at various points on Highway 169. The road work stretched from Highway 53 to St. Louis County Road 26. The project is expected to last about 5 weeks. It comes ahead of a pavement resurfacing project, which is scheduled for later this summer on the same section of road.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, remembering Ralph, a man who wore many hats in Duluth, died over the weekend. We take a look back at his life.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Slumberland's huge clearance event. Massive markdowns all over. Closeouts, floor samples, one-of-a-kind items. Plus, get totally free doorstep shipping. Hurry into our huge clearance event and save. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 100 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got all my shows, and he's got all his shows. With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on-demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here, and we need to do our part for our people.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Slumberland's huge mattress clearance event. Crazy markdowns on all kinds of mattresses, like a Sealy Queen mattress as low as $149. Plus, overstocks, closeouts, floor samples. Hurry to Slumberland's clearance mattress event. Don't miss out.
The 2020 Honda Rubicon at RJ Sport and Cycle.
Always on the go, but want to keep up with the day's news? Don't worry. Now we are wherever you are. Traveling? No problem. Stream wherever, whenever with Live Local CBS3.
Tonight, we're remembering the life and legacy of Ralph Doty, who passed away over the weekend at the age of 78.
Doty was a longtime Duluthian who was also a former Minnesota State Senator, educator, and local media personality. Doty served one term as a senator from 1971 to 1976. He went on to serve as a news director and anchor at what is now known as KBJR TV. Doty also taught at Washington Junior and Woodland Junior High School and at the College of St. Scholastica. Former Duluth Mayor Gary Doty shared his thoughts on his brother's legacy.
He was a great guy who poured himself into everything that he did. He was driven. And whenever there was a task or a job to be done, Ralph would tackle it with everything he had.
A celebration of Doty's life will be held when his children can safely travel to Minnesota.
Coming up in sports, while the UMD men's hockey schedule may look a little different. Kelly's in next.
Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
The nursing program at Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is really challenging, but it has to be. It's approved by the Board of Nursing. And graduates here have been successfully passing the state board exam. They give you real-world experience with healthcare institutions across the community. I'm really glad I chose Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
Fleet Farm has what dads want for Father's Day, whether he's chilling by the fire or heating up the grill. Fleet Farm has great deals for Dad. Get a $10 Fleet Farm gift card when you spend $50 or more on Yeti drinkware. And select Under Armour apparel for the family, 25% off our low fleet price. Plus, Fleet Farm gift cards make the perfect gift for Father's Day. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Thank you for virtual family dinners and long-distance birthday wishes. Thank you for sweet streaming melodies and spontaneous dance parties. Thank you for keeping classrooms together and learning alive. Thank you to our incredible network of employees who make all these beautiful connections possible.
With over 30 years of providing the best service in the Northland, Ogston's Body and Paint has built their reputation through honesty and respect. So when bad things happen to your vehicle, trust Ogston's to make them right again. Conveniently located at 50 West Central Entrance.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
We all want to do our part to keep our communities safe.
Thank you for your efforts to stay home, but you shouldn't stay home no matter what.
If you have a medical emergency, call 911 immediately. Our emergency departments are open and ready to care for every type of illness or injury.
If you have a chronic condition, call your clinic and we can help manage your care. Our facilities are clean and safe.
Please, seek care when you need it.
Essentia Health and St. Luke's are open and ready to care for you.
Kelly Henseth takes her job at full throttle. There's no slowing down. She's full of enthusiasm.
Kelly brings a youthful exuberance to the newscast. She's loaded with energy. She's really passionate about sports.
I think even if you're not interested in sports, she draws you in.
She's always up and ready to go and ready to show us the latest in sports.
Get to know Kelly Henseth weekday nights on live local CBS3.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Well, at least for me, the biggest question here in the Northland when it comes to the return of sports is, when are we getting college hockey? And is college hockey going to happen? Well, as of right now, the UMD men's hockey schedule is on as planned, but some of their games may be affected. Today, it was announced that they'll need to find a new exhibition opponent. The governing body of college sports in Ontario, Canada, the Ontario University Athletics Board of Directors, has officially announced the cancellation of all sanctioned athletic events through December 31st. That does affect the UMD men's hockey schedule, as the Bulldogs were set to open their season at home with an exhibition against the University of Guelph, which is just outside of Toronto, Canada. UMD Athletics has confirmed that matchup, originally scheduled for Saturday, October 3rd, will not be played. The Griffins were also scheduled to play at St. Cloud State the following day. The rest of the UMD hockey schedule remains unchanged for now, and they will open their season on Friday, October 9th with the Icebreaker tournament at Amsoil, and that'll take place against Minnesota. And to catch you up to speed, the National Hockey League, Major League Soccer, even the NBA, they've all rolled out some sort of plan to return to their respective sports. Well, that is still not the case for Major League Baseball. And as of today, baseball fans, you may want to brace yourselves for the reality that the sport may just not return this season. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred told ESPN earlier today that he simply, quote, isn't confident that there will be a season to play. This weekend, negotiations between owners and players broke down. On Saturday, the Players Union announced that it would reject the latest proposal from ownership. An agreement made back in March between the league and the Players Association gave Commissioner Manfred the ability to unilaterally schedule a season of any length as long as the players receive full prorated salaries. He wants the season to happen.
It's just a disaster for our game. Absolutely no question about it. It shouldn't be happening. And it's important that we find a way to get past it and get the game back on the field for the benefit of our fans.
The WNBA has also announced that it's going to return with its plan to play for the 2020 season. Just like baseball, the WNBA season was halted before it even got to begin amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. The league is finalizing a partnership that would make IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida, the official home of the 2020 WNBA season, plus playoffs. Beginning in July, IMG Academy will be the home for each of the league's 12 teams and serve as a single site for training camp, games, and housing. The top priority continues to be the health and safety of players, staff, and the league. Each team will play 22 games with the regular season tipping off in late July. Well, this weekend would have been one of the busiest and most exciting couple of days, in my opinion, that the city of Duluth gets to have all year, Grandma's Marathon. Unfortunately, it's gone virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so it will look a whole lot different throughout the city and up the North Shore. Grandma's Marathon officials are still expecting many of the registered runners to be out on the course. Virtual runners can now run any route that they want all over the world, and of course still get the medal and T-shirt for finishing the race. Runners have already begun submitting results virtually. Just under 1,000 people have finished the full marathon, which is about 12% of the field, including the Gary Bjorklund half and the William Irvin 5K. About 17,000 total runners have not submitted a time yet. Grandma's Marathon is not advising anyone to run the original route along the lake, as traffic will not be stopped. Hey, we live in Duluth. You can run anywhere and still have a scenic view. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Virtual Video Visits, offering face-to-face interaction with your provider from the convenience of home or work.
Hello, Northland.
It's good to see you.
During this time, staying healthy might look a little bit different.
But we're still here to care for you.
St. Luke's now offers new ways for you to see us.
Like telehealth video visits, which is how I'm talking to you right now.
If you do need to be seen in person, you can rest assured
we are keeping our clinics and hospitals clean and safe.
If you have any questions
or want to make an appointment,
give us a call.
We'll be happy to help.
I'm Dr. Carolyn Phelps, licensed psychologist. In the wake of this pandemic, many of us are feeling over-challenged and overwhelmed. If you or someone you care about is struggling with anxiety, depression, or any other mental health problem, please know this: getting help matters. Mental health care is essential care, and it's still available. Simply contact a local mental health care provider yourself or ask someone you trust whom they'd recommend. Now more than ever, reach out for help.
The open road, the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that drives us to go out and discover. At Chevy, we're committed to getting you there with confidence and peace of mind. That's why your Chevy Clean dealers commit to using enhanced vehicle cleaning measures with CDC-approved cleansers. If you need a new Equinox, get 0% APR for 72 months or $4,500 cash allowance on most models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available, so you can find new roads with confidence.
Let our professional relocation team help make the transition from your old house into a new home as stress-free as possible. Call today for an on-site estimate to identify your family's specific relocation needs. Schedule and manage your job with one of our friendly office staff. The day of the job, our professional and courteous movers will safely and efficiently protect and transport your goods with the aid of new technologies and equipment, but with the same old-fashioned service you know and trust.
Moving is hard. Calling A1 Movers is easy.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here, and we need to do our part for our people.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over-the-air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
A Wisconsin couple celebrated a very big milestone. That would be 75 years of marriage.
Yes, huge milestone. And you did hear that correctly. Elaine and Bill Class have been married for 75 years. Because of COVID-19, their family had to organize a drive-by celebration for the couple on Sunday. Several people drove by honking their horns and shouting from their cars, including kids and grandkids. The Cornell Fire Department and the mayor also made an appearance. The two lovebirds say they were very surprised by how many people stopped by.
It's a long time. Congratulations to them. Yeah.
Yes.
Kaylin, what are we looking at for weather for tomorrow?
Nice couple warm days ahead of us.
Okay.
Average being 70 degrees. We're going to be in those 80s the next 4 days in the 7-day forecast. Not a lot of rain on tap, unfortunately. Thursday, we might have a chance of seeing some storms in the evening hours into Friday, and then yet again Saturday into Father's Day. Otherwise, we've got a nice couple of warm days to get out and enjoy. Wednesday looks to be the most pleasant day in terms of sunshine and warm temperatures, so take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us.
You made it through Monday. See you tomorrow.